Hey there folks, watch this video, and as you might be able to faintly hear my neighbour's trampolining in the background, it's time for me to do a general notice. That is where I sit down at the start of every week and, well, talk about my plans for the week ahead, respond to a couple of things people are saying in the comments, and talk about myself personally. So let's start off with talk about my plans for the week going ahead. And not got an F1 this week. Yes! But we do have VTCC to follow, and we do have World RX to follow. Probably not going to do previews for them. I might actually do for World RX, but I'm not so sure yet. But yeah, outside of that, I've already released a video today for the WRC. Rally Estonia's entry list has been revealed, which is quite exciting. I might do a wider discussion about initiatives taken by motorsporting authorities. So, for example, Weed Races one and Positively Charged, and I'm actually going to talk a bit about that in a second. And otherwise, in terms of streams, I might actually get an F1 2020 stream done this week, because I haven't done that for several weeks and I've been meaning to. There will be RSRBR, I think it's a Baron Rally in the virtual ERC, which is going to be quite fun. Then, on top of that, what else have I got? I think I'm doing 2 streams on this channel for BUSR. One is their championships. The other, I think there's a rallying event actually happening this Thursday, which should be quite cool. And actually, as presenting team for them, don't think I'm actually doing F1 this week because of other commitments. I believe I'm still doing a Assetto Corsa Competizione Monday, so tonight, in actually a couple of hours. That's going to be fun to get ready for. I had a lot of fun doing last week's one, so I'm looking forward to seeing what this week's one's going to be like. Yeah, then what else is there? I think that's actually really it for talking about my plans for the week ahead. So next up, I want to talk about one thing that I usually make a standalone video for this, but given how things have changed with this channel, given news developments, I want to put it in with a general notice. My thoughts on what's happened in regards to A levels. So here in the UK, it's results season for students. So I already had my degree results, and we're at the point where the national exams, so the A levels for people who are typically 17, 18, 19, and the GCSEs for people who are typically 15, 16. The results come out around this time. And it's been interesting to see what's been happening this year, because government said, oh, we're using this algorithm that's going to help make things really helpful. But yeah, it didn't. And if you are watching this having received your A-level results, I can only feel sorry for you, going through all the hassle that you have done. The algorithm did several horrible things. It marked lots of people down, and it seemed to actually exaggerate biases within the education system, where private schools tended to actually get slightly higher results than predicted grades. Meanwhile, state schools, especially state schools with large BAME or working class student bases, tended to suffer quite badly. And I know this because actually the college that my brother goes to, my brother, quite important in my life, apart from being my sibling, he's part of the reason why I'm at this point today. He helped me set up a sporting group, nearly 8 years ago now. He had his results messed up. Luckily for him, he, I believe, had an unconditional offer for university, so he didn't have to go through all the hassle that the government's currently putting A-level students through, where they've had their offers rejected, they've gone through clearing, and now they've gone, actually, you can use those results to do a uni application. So some of them will already have had to renegotiate a place because their place got rejected. But then the government's been like, but you see, your results are all fine now. They're exactly what were predicted for you. This should not have happened. And now it's odd to see what's going to come next. Because, I mean, I've seen interviews with representatives for different bodies, such as for heads of schools, saying, well, it's not like they can actually give out those places again now because they've been rejected. And have probably been given to somebody else who, thanks to them benefiting from this shoddy algorithm, are actually able to get this place. I don't know what the best thing is to say in terms of advice right now. I'd say fight for what you can do. If you really want to get into the uni that was your firm choice, talk to them and see what they will do. And if you can't get on the course for this year, they might be able to put you on it for next year. That's where I would personally be in that situation, and it's hard for me to think about that because my brother went to the same college as I did, and like we had a free choice of which college we were going to, and he picked the same one as I did. And it makes me think that I wouldn't be able to get to my university if this algorithm was in place, because I would have only just made my insurance choice, and that choice was a conditional unconditional when it was made. So like they gave me a much higher target to meet because the input that was my firm, because conditional unconditionals were a thing back then, and I believe they're not now. But yeah, the government's done horrible things, and it's good to hear that they're fixing it for the GCSE results date, but it's come too little too late for so many people. And if you are one of those people who's received their A-level results, all I can say is, I'm sorry if it's been really low and really hard for you. This government has constantly let so many different people down, and I mean, I know I've used the put down of self-servatives to describe Tory governments before, but can't really think of anything else that applies to that right now. Yeah, I'm really sorry for you. And from that, I want to talk in some kind of response to some comments. And actually, even though we're way past the 500 point now for comments that are held for review, because I moderate all of my comment section, it was actually a really good one on yesterday's video about drivers taking the knee from Regen, who was saying that the Formula E's minute of silence thing was a mess, because it was like they acknowledge they should do something but not actually decide what it is, though they are supporting the prime point to do it, so they've actually just massively squandered any opportunity. And then said, in comparison to we racist, what that at least implies some meaning. And the thing is, yeah, that is the problem. Like, I mean, I responded to Regen's comment saying that both of them feel like they were drafted up by both a PR and HR team. But yeah, the positively charged one for me is as much buzzwordy as We Racist one, which is again as buzzwordy as the End Racism one, because it's like, these are things which people can find palatable. They're not designed to be out there. They're designed to be, that exists. The people who will get annoyed by it and say that they should be doing more are people like myself, because I like the things that I follow to be reflective of my own opinions and beliefs, which, to be honest, applies for most people. That's why you see people getting annoyed about drivers or drivers taking the knee, but also drivers not taking the knee. It's people who don't want drivers to take the knee and then see the drivers do get annoyed because it's not reflecting what they want to see. I mean, that's the problem that I have as well with the takedown of, oh, F1's too political. For a lot of these people, if the sport was saying something that reflected their political beliefs, they wouldn't have a problem with it. I, for one, don't really say that sport's getting too political. I say its politics doesn't reflect what I like, which is the actual thing. That is the actual problem. That is what I actually think. But yeah, I mean, Formula E has actually done something. They've done, as far as I can see, they've done something in their positively charged campaign where they've gone, actually, we're going to diversify our presenting team. Looking for new young commentators. And I am planning to do something for that, by the way. So keep posted, because I might do something special to try and go, hey, here's me trying to do this. And I think it's a good initiative. I mean, in terms of the brackets, I'm a young person, so I qualify just based off of that. If we were to go through the attempt to diversify the range, I am openly LGBT+, so that's really it. And at the end of the day, if I didn't get it, then somebody else from a much more diverse background than me got it, I think that would be brilliant. I am a big proponent of descriptive representation, which means so there's a lot of academic debate about this, but it's should people from X background be considered representative of X background. So, for example, if you had somebody who was working class doing the presenting, it would be considered a boost for people from a working class background to be able to go, hey, I can actually get into this field. Or people from a black background seeing, and there's debates in politics about whether, for example, people who are black MPs, so for example like David Lammy or Diane Abbott, whether them being able to be there as MPs helps represent issues affecting black communities. And that is something that's got lots of academic research behind it. It's something that I'm a proponent of because it means that you see, say, in terms of marginalised groups, it wouldn't necessarily be covered by a cis-het, white, male, middle-upper class agenda in terms of politics. You see those interests represented from other groups. And yeah, I believe that Formula E are actually going to do something decent with it, and it's the first kind of concrete policy that we've seen in any of these real campaigns. Like, We Race one is, they've said, oh, Chase Carey has committed 7 digits worth of finances to it, which is like a million, which for $1 billion entity like F1 or Liberty isn't really that much. But yeah, I'm aware this is getting on now. I need to get ready for the stream, and I need to make sure this is out in time for me to be able to do stuff before then. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and for joining. Again, if you received your A-levels and they've been disappointing, I'm sorry, and I hope that the U-turn actually can mean something constructive and positive. This government's let tons of people down, not only over the past, 9 months, but also in the past 10 years that they've been in power through different guises and different leaders. And yeah, at the same time, I reaffirm that I oppose discrimination, hatred. I say Black Lives Matter. I say gay rights, trans rights. And thank you for watching.